Ladies and gentlemen, this is Evan at the Genzio Media House in Paris. Today, I am joined by Sanjeev, the co-founder and chief business officer of Zoniqx, previously Tacit. Sanjeev, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Evan.
Sure. So how are you liking Paris so far? What brings you out here?
Paris is a great city, first of all. I mean, everybody enjoys it, actually. So, so we've come here to attend XRPL Com's, the event where I was speaking there. It's XRP's Ripple's, partner founder summit.
Sure.
So, and after the summit, it's Paris Blockchain Week is one of the biggest event in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
certainly. What was your speech about there?
Yeah, so we were talking about our experiences in terms of using XRP as a ledger, because we, as a tech infrastructure company in real-world asset tokenization space, we are actually integrating with XRP Ledger to issue real-world assets tokenization on XRP Ledger. So that's one of the reasons that this particular event was talking more about getting the founders and partners of XRP, the ecosystem together, just to talk about the experiences, and to improve more the product with XRP.
Sure. Yeah. Well, sounds very fruitful. Now, where is Zoniqx based out of?
So Zoniqx is based out of Silicon Valley in California. We are actually a Menlo Park-based office, and we live there. I mean, that's basically Zoniqx is actually initiated. The place in Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Sure. Very cool. So why don't you kind of dig into the Zoniqx pitch, right? What do you guys do? What brought you the idea, and where are you looking to go?
Yeah. So Zoniqx is previously it's Tacit, tokenization of assets. So we just recently changed the name to Zoniqx. So Zoniqx is a tech infrastructure company for real world asset tokenization. And we offer end-to-end tokenization asset lifecycle management solutions. So what does that mean is that if I just have to, put it in a very simple format, it's actually, so we help institutions to put any real-world assets, whether it's liquid or illiquid assets, on blockchain in 48 hours. So when we say 48 hours, is basically we build the whole tech infrastructure, which actually enables any institution to actually, or an issuer who would like to, kind of use tokenization as their medium to raise capital, or, to actually, put the assets on chain to tokenize their assets. So they use our product called TPaaS, which is Tokenization Platform as a Service.
Okay, very interesting. Now, that surprises me that this company is based out of Silicon Valley. I'm curious, have there been any regulatory headaches that you've had to deal with the prospect of this company?
So we are a tech company. So we are a tech infrastructure provider, right? So we built the product, which is our proprietary product, which is of course it's a product for our issuers. So we are not actually we don't have to take any licenses.
Sure.
Because the tech what we built is our issuers who are actually going to be using it. They need to have the regulatory and compliance in place, because they are the ones who are using the tech and issuing securities in the format of tokens, which is security token offering, right?
Sure.
So we don't have to kind of be compliant in this space, because we are a tech infrastructure and a tech solution provider.
Okay, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now, is the product live? Do you have clients right now?
Oh yeah, we've been in this space since 2017. So we probably have to call as OGs in this space.
Sure.
Because we started way back, and so the company's been there since 2017 in terms of we've been working on it in building the whole tech infrastructure for real world asset tokenization. We actually have launched our first offering with our client, which is our first validation in 2020.
Okay.
2021 last quarter, and since then we've been in this space. So of course we have almost around $4.5 billion of assets tokenized, and different parts of the asset classes which we actually have used for tokenization as well. Yeah.
Very cool. Now, what asset class would you say you've seen the most interest from?
See, if I have to just zero in on one, it's very difficult. The reason to that is because we are a tech infrastructure company, and we are asset agnostic. So we can actually, any issuer, say if it is a bank, and a bank wants to put a tokenization of bank deposits on chain, they use our platform. Or a commercial real estate, which is probably in Champs-Élysées, you are something you are building in Champs-Élysées, and you want to actually use that debt offering on chain to raise capital to build that the tower or the office or retail outlet. You actually can use the service. So just to be very specific in answering the question about the which asset class. Liquid and illiquid asset class are the two types of asset classes which we consider. In liquid asset classes are like more treasuries, which is like banks products. We see there's a lot happening on the the liquid asset class as well, which is like typically the banks are actually asking for more bond tokenization or treasuries or notes, for that matter. And then at the same time, on illiquid assets, there is more demand from commercial real estate or residential real estate, where they would like to actually tokenize the portfolio of commercial real estate assets, whether it's a debt or an equity. So there's a lot of demand. And after BlackRock tokenized their first liquidity fund, is actually been more in news, and most of these institutions now really wanted to kind of make this thing happen. So there's a lot of happening in the space.
Sure. Now, what would you say are some of the main benefits that, let's say, a potential client that's looking to onboard their assets on chain would receive from doing so?
See, the main benefit of this is, of course, there are a lot of benefits in terms of cross-border, in terms of the processes, digital. I don't want to get into the more, the specific, but I just wanted to kind of elaborate more on very specific, benefit of tokenization is absolutely, it's all about creation of liquidity, right? Like you as an investor sitting in here, you have $10,000 in to spare and invest. Would you mind investing in something which is a retail outlet on Champs-Élysées, $1,000, where you can actually own that asset and get some kind of rental returns, which they are issuing it from there, or probably in Burj Khalifa or Salesforce Towers in San Francisco. You can actually own all of these by putting, say, $1,000, right, put together out of that $10,000, and the rest you could probably put it on some of the bonds issued by the government bonds, which is issued on the chain. So you can diversify your investments, and it's all about liquidity. So that's one of the major benefit of this, is that you're actually going to be fractionalizing, like tokenizing the entry barrier is actually less for an investor, and they can now buy a good quality asset, which is by spending only $1,000 or $10,000, which is a fraction of all the best of the best assets which are available on chain.
Sure. Yeah, very interesting. I certainly see the value there. I think that lowering the barrier is huge. That's certainly a major benefit of bringing those real life assets on chain, and that's also I'm sure you've felt the recent influx of the RWA narrative, right? The real world asset narrative has really picked up steam, and it seems like you guys are very well poised to take full advantage of that narrative. So that's awesome for you guys. Glad that you've been around and built throughout the bear and stuck through, and I'm sure that's starting to pay off. So it's cool to see. So you're in Paris right now. Are you going to be attending any further events in the near future?
Yeah, so Paris Blockchain Week is going to be, I think it's going to end tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah.
So there are, that's all. Because I've been here since Monday now, so I've attended various events, and today there are going to be like a lot of side events as well. So I'm going to be attending those, and then tomorrow is the last day out here.
Sure. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share here?
It's and from the RWA space, if I have to be specific in terms of what's happening, there's a lot happening on the RWA space, and Zoniqx being a very early adopter in this space, we built something which is where the issuers don't have to know anything about the technology, because it's so user friendly. It's like it's a robust technology for you to kind of put any assets on chain in literally 48 hours. So yeah, please go and visit our website called www.zoniqx.com, And reach out to us. I mean, we definitely would like to, kind of hear more thoughts on what you want to see about, the real world assets, because there's a lot, trending on these days actually about RWA.
Certainly. Now, so we've got your website. Are there any social handles that our viewers?
Yeah, we have our LinkedIn page, and then of course we have our X, which is Zoniqx. I think you can just follow our page and then our LinkedIn handle as well. So would love to kind of see more interactive sessions on our X handle as well.
Sure.
And we need feedback. We need feedback in terms of the users. What exactly you think about this space.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sanjeev. Amazing what you guys are doing. I've seen a couple companies that have actually been in the RWA game for a while and are really being able to reap the rewards of this, influx of this narrative, right? And at the same time, we also see a lot of what kind of happened with NFTs in 2021, right? The hype's there, people are jumping in, throwing, stuff and seeing what sticks. So it's definitely, good to hear from some people that have been doing it for a while because of the value, not because of the hype, right? So that's, kudos to you guys. Hope that it's working out. Thanks again for joining us. Hope that you enjoy your last 2 days in Paris. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.